So I want to tell you a story about Carolyn. So Carolyn came to see me and she just wasn't happy. Just really kind of in a general sense was not really all that happy. And she wasn't miserable per se, but she came to see me, she was overweight, and she just was just kind of ho-hum type of a thing, right? And one of the remarkable things about hypnosis, for me, from my perspective, because I do this all day, every day, is how obvious the changes are to me. So she walked in the office kind of like this, you know. I might be exaggerating a little bit. Right? Right, she wasn't smiling and telling jokes, exactly. So she kind of walked in just a little deflated is the word that I like to use. They just kind of look low energy and just not super, super happy, right? She walked out kind of like this, right? She's just kind of like a little bounce in her step, kind of, I call it on cloud 9. And so what happened in that first session, I didn't find out right away. I noticed it right away, and she seemed really happy. And it wasn't until much later that she told me what actually happened in that session. I asked her how she was feeling. Oh, I'm feeling great. But she didn't really even have the conscious awareness of what really transpired in that very first session. So by, I think it was the 5th session, she came into the office and she said, Erica, I'm done. I don't need to see you anymore. Thank you so much. She brought me all these gifts too. So she brought me, I mean, she was just so grateful, right, that she was feeling better, okay? And she lost a whole bunch of weight as well. But that's not really why she was so happy. So she told me a story. She said, you know what, Erica? In that very first session, something happened. And I didn't know what it was at the time, but I know what it is now. I understand what it is. In that first session, I remembered what it feels like to feel alive. See, the hypnosis had helped her tap into a feeling that she had not experienced for so long in her life. She didn't mean to not experience it. She just hadn't experienced it. And so day after day, one moment after the next, she got further and further away from herself, the true her, the happy her. She just got further and further away from that till she was at a place she didn't even know who she was anymore, but she didn't even know she was there. She just felt really uncomfortable in her own body, in her own skin. And she was pretty sure that it was because of the weight, right? We kind of assume, I'm happy, it must be because of that. It was more than that, okay? It really was. In that first hypnosis session, we did something, I just asked her basically to imagine a time in her life when she was happy. And it all, boom, came rushing back to her, and she was flooded with these really good feelings again, and she remembered what that felt like. And from that place, it's called the end state. Where do you want to be at the end? At that end point when you've lost all the weight. But it's more than that, right? It's not just the weight loss. It is that feeling of being alive, right? It is that desire and fulfillment and a real true feeling in your body that you feel good, right? You wake up in the morning, you're excited for your day, there's cool things happening, and yeah, it's not perfect, there's stressors, but you feel good for the most part. She told me, you know, Erica, I've started singing again. She forgot to sing. It just didn't occur to her anymore. She used to love it. And you know, she went on and on about how she used to love to sing all the time, and then she forgot. Like it didn't occur to her. She didn't feel like it. You know, one of the indicators that we're not feeling well is when we don't do those things that we used to love. Right? We stop doing those things that we used to really love, right? So she started singing again. But the other thing that was really cool, she said, you know what, I cleaned out a closet that I'd been meaning, like good intentions to clean out for 2 years. You know what that feels like to walk by something in your house and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fix that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna clean that out for 2 years. She did that almost right away. And so when she got reconnected to that really good feeling of what it feels like to feel good and feel alive, it was so easy for her to do those other things. It was easy to clean out that closet. It didn't really even seem like a chore anymore. She felt like it. She felt like doing it, right? And since then, she has sent a bunch of people to come see me because she's just like on cloud nine. Everywhere she goes, she's just talking about it. But the interesting thing from my perspective is they don't really mention her weight loss. I don't think a single person has mentioned her weight loss. They mention her presence. She's alive, she's happy, she's so at peace. I want some of that. That's what they say when they come see me. And I'll take the weight loss too, right? But it's that feeling. It's that good feeling of enjoying your life, feeling fulfilled, being successful, setting goals and accomplishing them, and not feeling the heaviness of a problem that you can't solve, or all of that other frustration and all of those other things, right? So that's what I help people with every single day.